Mistress Andrea descended down the stairs as if she was gliding on air. I put my head down as she passed. I didn't want her to see the hate in my eyes, the disgust on my face. And I looked over there at Nehemiah, and I looked back at her, and then I looked at that beautiful little girl, and my heart just broke. She looked just like them. Well, look who it is. The best house slave in the whole entire world. She stretched out her arms towards the little girl, and she ran towards her smiling, giving her a big old hug. Cain stepped up behind her, a wary look upon his face. I swear, Andrea, you coddle these niggas too much. Who is this and where did she come from? Andrea moved the little girl beside me, walking over to Cain and taking his arm. She is a part of my belongings, dear husband. I have raised her to serve me since she was a mere toddler. Surely I wasn't to leave her behind. Cain looked at the girl suspiciously. Could it be? He had seen what I had seen. What's your name, slave? He asked the little girl, and she moved closer to me, taking my hand.
Abby, sir.
Since she seemed to be so fond of Rebecca, I thought it would be fitting that she take charge of her. I shot Andrea an evil look. She smiled wickedly at me, turning back to walk in the house. Cain stood staring at us both for a minute before following his wife. I didn't notice Master James until his pipe smoke hit my nostrils. He was staring at Nehemiah before his eyes laid upon me. Make sure all of Andrea's things are put away, and take the child with you after you're done. He walked up to Abby and looked her over. Then he just simply turned and walked away. Nehemiah approached slowly, guilt written all over his face. I didn't realize I had tears in my eyes when I handed the little girl over to him. Take her back with you. Get her settled. Rebecca, he reached for me, and I snatched my arm away, slapping the hell out of him. Abby gasped, looking at us both in confusion. I tried to walk away, and he grabbed me, pulling me to him. I didn't know she still had her. I thought she had been sold when we got caught. I didn't know, Rebecca. I didn't know. Let me go, Nehemiah. Never, he whispered to me, and I broke free, escaping into the house. The rest of my day was long and hard. Somehow I got through it, finishing up the last of my tasks. before heading out the back kitchen door. As I started down the path to the slave quarters, I realized I had forgotten to get food for Nehemiah and Abby. So reluctantly, I turned back. Grabbing the satchel, I began to put some bread and cooked chicken inside when a loud crash stopped me dead in my tracks. I sat the satchel down, easing up the stairs toward Mistress Andrea's room. I peeked in to see Cain standing angrily by a shattered mirror, while Andrea sat brushing her hair on the side of the bed, seemingly unmoved. "We had an agreement. How dare you bring that bastard here?" "Yes, we did, my loving husband. I keep your secret and you keep mine. That child belongs to me. I will do with her as I see fit." Cain began to pace back and forth, this time taking his hand and knocking all the perfume bottles off the vanity. Andrea laughed at him, amused by his behavior. "You're gonna replace those. Daddy went to Paris and got those for me, for God's sake." "No amount of perfume or makeup can cover how foul you are," he growled at her, kicking the vanity so hard he broke it in two. Mistress Andrea stood to her feet. "You have no right to judge me, Cain. How would your dear daddy feel if he knew his son preferred the company of those who mimicked his stature?" "You bitch!" he screamed, running over and grabbing a handful of her hair. She laughed in his face, her anger matching his. "If I decided to lay with every nigger on this plantation, I will. You can't stop me. Your father can't stop me. My father couldn't stop me. And my mama damn sure couldn't. The way I see it, we both are foul, disgusting creatures. It's why we belong together, Cain." Cain stumbled back, letting her go and running his fingers through his hair, stress and panic consuming him. "She looks like you, Andrea. My father isn't a stupid man. He will figure it out. My secret can be hidden. Yours is right in front of our damn faces." "Your father is none the wiser." Now, I stepped away from the door in utter disgust. Hearing the door slam down at the end of the hall, I took off running towards the kitchen. I grabbed the satchel of food and disappeared into the night.